Hey, it's False Equivalence Day over at the Jimmy Dore Show, and I saw this at Media Matters caught this. Bill O'Reilly had David Spade, comedian, actor David Spade on. Now, David Spade, one of the good guys in comedy. I like him. He's always been funny. He was on that HBO special that made me want to be a comedian, that HBO Young Comedian special. That was, boy, that was such a good... Anyway... So, and his work on Saturday Night Live, plus he bought me dinner once. So he's just a nice guy. He's just a good guy.
You gotta love him for that.
He bought me dinner in Vegas. I can't, he's been real nice to me.
Is he part of that? Because a bunch of those guys from Saturday Night Live are like closet Republicans. Like Lovett's huge Republican.
I know Lovett's is. I don't know.
Sandler, huge Republican.
I don't know. That's the whole point of this. So let's play. Here's David Spade, and he's going to talk about. So he has to stay in the middle, right? Because he's not a political comedian. He's the comedian, and he has to appeal to as many people as he wants. Where I've narrowed my audience on purpose. So here's David Spade talking to Bill O'Reilly about the differences on and whether he's a Republican or a Democrat.
Now, you were saying about the SNL people. I was thinking about that when I had heard that before. I think, like my mom said, when you're younger, you're Democrat. When you get older, you get Republican. I don't know why she said, but she says you get money. At the beginning, I think you're saying, I want to help the world. And then when you get older, you try to think it through and say, I have money. Where is it going? Is it going to the right places? And
okay, so that's a very safe answer for an actor, comedian. I say bravo, good job. But that's what a lot of people say, and that really drives me nuts in a sense, right? Now, I'm not holding David Spade's feet to the fire. He's not a political comedian. Doesn't matter. This is about to that general point that people make. He's like, well, when you're younger, you're supposed to be a Democrat. When you're older, you're supposed to be a Republican. Not anymore. Because right now it's like, yeah, you're supposed to... First of all, that idea that Republicans are better with money and they do better with the economy is complete bullshit. That's not true. That's been debunked. Democratic presidencies have much better economies than Republican so that's not true. We all know that supply side economics and tax cuts for the rich, and that's what the Republicans' idea of a stimulus plan. That's not good economy. In fact, we've been living.
Not the point he's making.
We've been living. He's making the point that Republicans are better with money.
No. He's making the point that once you have money, people go, oh, I don't want it taxed.
No,
I don't want capital gains tax. I mean, that's why a lot of people become Republicans when they get money.
But that's what he's saying there is that, maybe when you're young, you don't have money, so you just want the government to spend it. And then you get older, you have money. Then you're worried about how the government's spending the money, so you become a Republican. If you were a Republican because you were worried about how the government was spending your money, you'd have put a bullet in your head a long time ago. Because Ronald Reagan quadrupled the deficit. He had the biggest budget deficits and he blew the roof through them, okay? So if that was really your problem, and then George Bush did the same thing. So guess who's been cutting the deficit? Bill Clinton hand over the surplus. Barack Obama has cut it in half, the deficit. So what I'm saying is that that's a conventional wisdom that everyone seems to believe, even Democrats, and I want to bust it up right now because that's not real. Okay, Democrats and Republicans aren't better with the economy. They aren't better with our tax money. They spend it a lot more. In fact, they just don't want to spend it on stuff that helps people. They want to spend it on bombs and wars, right? And they want to spend it on tax cuts for billionaires. And they want to spend it on stuff that doesn't help people. And God forbid they do something with government money that actually helps people. Okay.
And by the way, even like there are dozens of programs that don't actually help people, but they've been demonstrated over and over again to be fiscally responsible. Like they have a positive effect on for our government and our economy. The perfect example is the IRS, where there's some statistic of basically like for every dollar you spend on the IRS, we're basically recovering $3. Well, the IRS is the first thing that Republicans are like, no, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. And it's like, why would you get rid of this thing that actually makes sure that we have the money we're supposed to have?
Now let's go to the end of this video because this is what I really want to talk about. Watch how Bill O'Reilly goes off the rails here, he just wants to be mean to transgenders, and he does it in a way that makes no sense. Watch this.
blah, blah, blah. Republicans get a bad rap. I don't know where I fall. I think it's hard to pick such a clear side when there's transgender now, and people don't even like to say male or female.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's just trying to get out of it. David Spade's just trying to get out of this question, which I appreciate. He's an entertainer. I don't need to alienate half the country. I'm with you, David. I understand why you're doing that. And so he makes this like kind of quip about you got transgender. He's like how things are confusing now. Watch Bill O'Reilly. He picks up the ball. Ready?
And I don't know how the transgenders are going to go to the voting booth. I don't know whether there's a special booth or they can go to all booths. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever voted, Bill, but there aren't male and female voting booths.
Also, Bill, don't make jokes. You're not good at it,
you're not
Bill.
good at It's always the regular news host wants to make jokes when the comedian comes. I'm funny too, just like you. No, you see how you're not? You see how you just blew?
Hey,
What?
how can you guys criticize the comedy of a guy who does stand-up shows with Dennis Miller? It's true. I'm not making that up. They do stand-up shows together.
I know. I think I bought a ticket to one. I went to was it the Bold Fresh tour?
I don't know.
I think so. I think I went to one. For sure I did. It was because they simulcast it in theaters, and I went to Burbank to watch it.
Oh my God! How was Bill O'Reilly's stand-up?
It was fantastic. What are you kidding me?
Oh, I bet.
At least as good as his football playing.
Just a little bit better than Dennis Miller's.
It's called Killing Audiences.
It was called Killing Comedy.